Hi, I'm Rob Marsden. I'm the head of digital here at Red Stag Media, and today I'm going to be talking to you about full funnel search visibility. So what do I mean by that? Well, I am predominantly an SEO guy. I've worked in SEO for over a decade. I live and breathe it, and I think that it can be a fantastic channel and the centre of all digital marketing activity. Now, some people view SEO as just a lower funnel activity, i.e. buy maxi dress or buy men's sunglasses. It's a very commercial, bottom of the funnel, credit card in the hand type, keyword, transaction sort of context. Although that is, there's a lot of validity in that, I think that actually SEO can hold its own against any other digital channel across all the different stages of the funnel. So in any sort of online purchasing scenario, there are multiple stages of the funnel and a buyer journey that a user will go on, right from the sort of informational searches at the top of the funnel to the credit card in hand type searches at the bottom of the funnel just before they're ready to make that purchase. So we call this the funnel. You can see here there are three key stages of that. So we've got top of the funnel here, where you'll get a lot of sort of early decision makers. They're looking for information. Then you've got the middle of the funnel, so that's more around sort of consideration. And then you've got the bottom of the funnel, which is more around buying intent type keywords. And it's important to be visible across all of those different stages. So to use an example in agribusiness, one sort of journey, if you like, in terms of keywords could be around calving. So we're trying to market to farmers. What does that look like when you're coming up with a keyword and content strategy to get in front of them at all the relevant key stages of their decision-making process? So it might be that it's coming up to calving time, lack of sleep is a problem, and they want a solution to this. It might be that they've heard about other breeds of cattle that are easier to calve and less assistance is needed, for example. What might they do? They might go to Google, open up the laptop and search for easy calving breeds. Very top of the funnel, very early stage search, but that starts them on a journey of research that will probably end up with them searching for more specific buyer intent keywords later on down the line. And the trick is for you to be visible at all of those stages, to get your brand, to get your content in front of them, and to start building trust from a very early stage in that process. So easy calving breeds might be the first one. They might then, after reading some content, they might learn that actually there's a number of things that factor into ease of calving, but one of those factors is low birth weight of the calf. So they might then go on to search cattle breeds with low birth weight, for example, and that will start to give them specific names of breeds where the calves are typically a lower birth weight than some other breeds, and that kind of sets them off on that journey. After that is kind of top of funnel stuff. They'll move further down that funnel, so they'll start to search for middle of the funnel stuff as they progress through this research phase. So it might be that actually there's a couple of breeds at this level here that catch their eye, for example. They like the sound of two of these breeds. So an example of a middle of the funnel search query in this instance might be breed X versus breed Y. It's a typical comparison type search that if you've got content around that can really help them to kind of form their decision. And once they start to form that decision, they'll probably make a decision on exactly what it is they're looking for. So they start to go down that rabbit hole a little bit more. So the next search after that, still at middle of the funnel stage, might be breed Y advantages. So they're looking for particular information about that breed specifically. Once they've found the information, once they're happy, once you've sort of given them everything that they need to know, this is when they get to the bottom of the funnel and the more commercial queries start to appear. So an example here, right at the bottom of the funnel, if we're talking about this journey specifically, might be... So once they've decided that it is breed Y that has piqued their interest, and they start to use more commercial keywords that has got some buying intent, we may see keywords like this appearing. So why cattle for sale, for example. Why being, of course, the breed that they have selected in this example. So, like I said, if you have content across all of these stages of the buying journey, then what you're doing from a very early stage, you're building trust, you're building that brand recall, you're showing them that actually, as a brand, as a service provider, as a product offerer, you are best placed to advise them, and that's when they'll start to trust you. So at the centre of all of this, being visible throughout all the stages in the funnel, is keyword research, which is critical to success in SEO. So I'm not going to go into keyword research in too much depth in this video. I'll create a future video where we talk about some of the specifics and how you can do proper search engine analysis to work out whether you can compete for a certain keyword or it's too competitive. But in this video, what I will talk about is choosing your battles. So if you don't perform keyword research correctly, then there is a chance that you're going to have a lot of holes in your funnel. You know, you might want to rank for some of these keywords at the middle of the funnel, for example, but if you're picking keywords that are too competitive, you may have a gap there because you might never rank for it. So it's about choosing your battles correctly, and analysis of a search engine results page is a bit of an art. It comes with experience. It is data driven as well. And like I say, I'll share some tips on exactly how to do that. But you do get a good feel for what you can rank for and what might be out of reach. For example, if we're talking about specific animal health stuff, or we're talking about very scientific agronomy type stuff, there are a lot of universities, a lot of scholarly type articles ranking for some of those keywords that you probably won't have a chance of ranking a commercial website for with potentially low domain authority. So it's really important that you have a process that allows you to see what you can and can't rank for. And even when you go through that process, that doesn't mean that you're going to rank first time every time. You know, this is SEO, nothing's guaranteed. But it will allow you more times than not to rank for what you're trying to rank for, to get your content seen at the relevant stage of the funnel. So that's the theory in terms of creating content that's keyword driven for all stages of the buying funnel. Like I say, we'll be releasing a video shortly on keyword research, and I'll go into much more depth than this and give you all the tricks and tools that you need to do keyword research correctly. But between now and then, what I'd encourage you to do is start to have a look at this. You know, we've got a search engine results page here, my little mock-up. Do some searches. You'll see things like the people also asked box that will appear. You can click into them, it'll expand them out. You can see some of the questions that people are asking Google. You know, Google's showing you them there because they've got data on it. People are actually typing these things. Your keyword research tools might not show any volume, but Google showing that as a people also asked shows you that actually it does have data that suggests that it's being searched for. So between now and the next video on this topic, what I'd recommend is that you start to have a look at what people are searching for. Think about your customer, put yourselves in their shoes, think about some of the problems, some of the challenges, some of the questions that they might ask, and start to search it in Google. See what appears, make some notes, group it into themes, and start to map out what you think is a top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel keyword. And that will be a great starting point to then take your content marketing through an SEO lens forward in the future. Once we release the content around keyword research, you can put the two together, and I feel you'll have a really powerful toolkit there to go on and become much more visible across all stages of the funnel in search. That's all for today. Look out for future videos. We'll be back in another week on another topic. So until then, take care.